against Maxine Waters.
Woo! Wow, vote.
Yes, voting is absolutely important. But, you know, for me, my struggle has never been for politics, and my struggle has been legitimately for the community of South Central Los Angeles, because that's where I'm from. And I understand the things that we go through on a regular basis. And so I hear the rumors, oh, you're Trump, or, you know, you don't care about the people, or you're this and you're that. And when I look around, the only people who are there is me. The only people who is fighting for change for South Central Los Angeles is myself. I mean, we've seen Maxine Waters, and this is one thing that I try to explain to people. We see Maxine Waters, and she says, we're going to get those cops, and they're not going to do this, and we're going to do that. And I'm sitting here like, lady, you are a lawmaker. You make the laws. Adam Schiff, they make laws. So instead of pandering with people, stand up like a leader, like I'm doing, like Eric Early's doing, and actually fight for the people. We go through the communities and people are upset at me. You work with the law enforcement. Well, yes, we do. Because who else are going to get terrible cops off the streets? Because it's a problem.
That's right.
Right? But where's Maxine Waters doing that? Nowhere. Where is Adam Schiff doing that? They're with you complaining about problems that they have the ability to solve. When it comes to poverty in our communities, we're working towards fixing that. Where are the legislators who have been empowered to fix the poverty in our communities? This is the same message that I preached when I went to Minneapolis and marched against police brutality against black people and Latinos in Minneapolis after George Floyd died. And it's the same message that we've been preaching ever since we gotten back. It's not about police brutality, it's not about police violence, it's not about protecting one person over another. It's about the legislators doing a piss poor job of passing laws or removing laws that would benefit or not benefit our communities. So when we sit here and we pray for the police department, yes, because what happens? We remove the police departments from our cities, and what happens to our cities? 1992 riots, the 1970 riots, where they never rebuilt South LA. Right? We've shut down plenty of protests that got violent. When we have people who want to become socialists come into the inner cities because they say, oh, they're poor and they're black, we can easily pay them and allow them to let us come into the community and destroy it. But you can't buy people in our cities because you got common sense people like me. You got Eric Early coming to South Central. Let me tell you, if you guys do not know Eric, he's one of the most powerful lawyers in California. He has one of the biggest law firms, and he has supported more black and brown families than probably anybody that you know who are supposed to be doing these things. That's what he does. And he left his practice, very, very prominent, very affluent person, left his practice to get involved in politics to make our communities better. Right? And so these are the type of people, these are the caliber of people that has been standing up. So when you sit here and people complain about, oh, politicians only tell us things that they want to hear. Yes, the politicians that you have been voting in for what, the last 28 years, Maxine Waters, 27 years, Adam Schiff, total 44 years, Maxine Waters, State Assembly, Congress, 27 years of Nancy Pelosi, 50 years of Joe Biden. These are the people who are telling you, hey, we know what you want. We can fix it. Well, why didn't you do it 27 years ago? Why you didn't do it 44 years ago? Why you didn't do it 50 years ago? Why do we have to continue to destroy our cities in order for you to say, you know what, now I'm going to finally do something for you? And a lot of older black people tell me, you know what, baby, you run against Maxine Waters, but she's been waiting for this time for Donald Trump to get in office to fight against an extremist. Well, why hasn't Maxine Waters fought against the extremities of her party that caused the dissolution of our communities the last 44 years? We've been 25% below the poverty line for the last 25 years. We have the poorest education in the country. You know how many high schools is in this country? Hundreds of thousands of high schools, and we're 48 out of 50. We don't have jobs in our communities. They say, well, she created a school. Well, where's the jobs at? How are you going to educate people to what? Go out here and get back involved in gangs, get back involved in drugs, get back involved in violence. And what do you tell them? Well, it's the president's fault. Well, the president's been in office for 3 years. And let me tell you, he has a lot of programs that he has signed into law. But we don't see those programs in South Central LA. We don't see those programs across the United States because of greed and because of hatred. So when November 3rd comes around, think about your life. You don't have any money in the bank account, think about who you voted in the office. No economic development, think about the person you've been voting in the office. When it comes to rebuilding our community and bridging that gap between the law enforcement and our communities, think about who you've been voting in the office. And if you want better, then vote better.
That's right. Thank you so much.